Welcome to Lab 3. This lab requires that you complete from scratch a block-style letter using Microsoft Word. You can look in Moodle in this section of the week to see what work is due for the week. In this case, Lab 3 consists of the reading from lessons 6 and 7 and requires you to complete the Reinforce Your Skills 7.1 lab from page 198. That's what I'm going to walk you through today. Now I'm going to switch to Microsoft Word and we'll go ahead and discuss the skills you need to complete this lab. This lab is going to require you to initially turn on what is known as the formatting marks. The formatting marks are located on the ribbon. This area here in Word is called the ribbon. You're going to need to make sure that you're on the Home tab of the ribbon. The formatting marks are this backwards P, and you will click on that. Make sure that that is highlighted. That will then show the formatting marks that are typically hidden behind the scenes when you're working in Word. The next thing the book asks you to do is to turn on the line spacing. The line spacing is located here under the paragraph group of the Home tab. If you click on this button, it'll bring up the different line spacing options. We need to make sure it's set at at line spacing of 1. We then need to click on it again and to make sure that we've turned off remove the space after the paragraph. It is already set for this. What this will make sure is that when we press the key to insert a new paragraph, it won't add a second line space. I wanted to discuss a couple of items about this particular lab before we continue. In this lab, there are 12 different steps that it asks you to complete. Step 5 and Step 10 I do not want you to complete. They are mistakes inserted by the book editor and were not removed. They will just cause confusion if you complete them. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we need to do is add line spaces to the top of the page. So I'm going to press the Enter key several times. Now you'll notice that I have a mistake here. I'm going to back up because obviously I'm double spaced. So let me go ahead and check my settings again. And that was what my mistake was. I should have turned on the remove space after paragraph. Now it says add space, but I wanted to turn that off. Let me try it again. There we go. Now we're working correctly. So I'm going to add a total of 6 paragraph lines. And then I'm going to start typing the date. Watch as I type this. I'll start typing January. And you'll notice that this pop-up window appears above January. See if I can get it to come back up again. That's an autocomplete option. Word is looking at what I'm typing and it's giving me the option of saying, hey, I think you're typing January. If I just press the Enter key, it will complete it for me. Now I'll continue on typing the letter as normal. As you can see, I've jumped ahead and completed a majority of the letter. I want to talk about a few things at this point. One of those is at the end of each paragraph, there are these symbols. These are a paragraph symbol. A paragraph is considered a point at which you place the Enter key. So at the end of this line, I had pressed the Enter key. I'll do it now. And you'll notice that it places another paragraph symbol. Let me press the backspace key to remove that. Okay, what I want to talk about now is if you look between each of these words, there's a little dot. That tiny dot indicates a space. What that symbol at the top of the page under the Home tab did when you clicked it, it's showing all the invisible items on the page. In this case, paragraph markers and spaces. It can show other things, which we might see later on. Next, I want to talk about an item called autocorrect. At the bottom of this page, you'll see the words I am enclosing. I'm going to now type the word the, except I'm going to type it incorrectly. I'm going to type it T-E-H. When I press the space bar, you'll notice that it changed the word automatically to the word the for me. This is called autocorrect, and it's a standard feature of Word. There are many different words that can be auto-corrected. Okay, one last item I want to talk about, and that's this word right here. You'll notice that it's underlined in red. Whenever something in Word has an underline under it that you didn't place there, it indicates that Word thinks there's a problem. In this case, a red underline indicates a spelling error. So I need to look at this to see if I can fix the spelling. If I'm using normal methods, I might go grab a dictionary and fix it. But Word actually has its own internal dictionary. A way to fix this is to place the cursor by left-clicking on it on the word and then right-clicking. It'll bring up a list here, and at the top it actually shows a few words that it thinks this might be. In this case, the word program is correct. Thus, I'm going to left-click on it, and it will change the word to the correct word in my document. One of the last things that this lab asks you to do is to create an envelope for the letter. To create the envelope, we need to go to the Mailings tab on the ribbon. So once I go to the Mailings tab, I can come over to the Create group and check and click on Envelopes. This is going to bring up a form that allows us to actually create the envelope. Okay, here is the form, and you'll notice that Word has looked at our document and has pulled out what it believes to be the delivery address. In this case, it's this area right here, and it is correct. If you want to make changes to this, all you have to do is select inside of this text and make the changes. You can also add a return address if you wish. In this particular case, I do not require you to put a return address. The last thing you want to do is you want to add this to your document. So you click on this button. This will place the envelope at the top of the document. This allows you, if you wish, to print an envelope prior to printing your letter. This is an option that Word includes in Word 2010 and beyond. So once you've completed this letter and attached the envelope, you're going to go ahead and you're going to save the document. Once you've saved the document, you'll upload this to Moodle for me to grade. I have not completed the entire document. I'm going to allow you to do that. I've also not gone over every item in the book. I'll allow you to read through the book. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask them on the forum, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Good luck.